Ah, man. What's up, YouTube? Tech King Mike back with another video for you guys. And in today's video, I really just wanted to kind of talk to you guys about my opinion on the Samsung trade-in deals for the Galaxy S23 Ultra. Now, before we get started, yes, I did pre-order the Galaxy S23 Ultra. Samsung's color options this year just really weren't doing it for me, if I'm being 100% honest. The only ones that really appealed to me were the graphite limited edition color or exclusive and the sky blue. But I really decided to leave those colors alone because I just didn't feel like they were really worth it. Even though the shipping date says it'll get here on the 17th, I just feel like I'd rather take the gamble with the black color. Now, let's get into these trade-in deals. Right now, the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra has some of the lowest trade-in deals available. And the reason for this is a lot to do with the fact that Samsung has kind of dropped their trade-ins from what they normally do. Last year for the Galaxy S22 Ultra, we got up to $900 for devices. We had $200 to $250 in store credit to use on Samsung's site. Best Buy was giving out $200 gift cards. And a lot of people are taking this really hard this year that these trade-in deals have dropped the way that they have. But I'm here to tell you guys that Samsung has already been doing this. The reason why is because when you think about what happened last year, these trade-in deals started off really high, and then there were countless videos from YouTubers about how they dropped within like a couple of days. Then, over the course of the last year, the trade-in deals for these devices have just gotten lower and lower. With the Galaxy Z Fold 4, at one point you can get $1,000 plus an extra $700 off of a device, depending on what devices that you traded in. As soon as that deal was over with, you could barely get $700 for the primary device, let alone for the second device that you traded in. Samsung doing this is not new. And in my opinion, I feel like we should have seen this coming. But the bigger thing that I think people are not paying attention to is what this is really going to do long term for Samsung and their devices. This is going to make the resale value of Samsung devices go up. What I mean by that is, let's take a look at two things. 9 times out of 10, when a Galaxy device has come out, what's the number one thing that always happens? Trade-in deals, carrier deals, store deals, retailer deals, everything is on sale. What do you always hear people say? I've said it before. I know there are other content creators out there that have said it. What do you always hear people say? Don't buy it up front. Don't buy it up front. Wait to buy it or wait till you can get a deal. Don't buy it up front. Don't buy it up front. Because we all know a deal is coming. Now, that's not to say that there weren't deals on it this year with carriers. I know AT&T and T-Mobile have the whole $1,000 off if you have the Magenta Max or AT&T trade-ins or whatever. But the reality of it is that these deals are always going to be there. But when it comes to these trade-ins, when people pay more for the device, it causes the resale to go up because now people want to try to make as much of their money back as they can. So when you think about last year where somebody was able to buy the S22 Ultra for $800 off the trade-in or $400 or $500 off the trade-in, and then this year they have to buy it for $900 or $1,000 after trade-in, depending on what they traded in. That means that when they try to go resell that device, they're going to try to sell it a little bit higher, and they're going to try to get a little bit more of their money back. The biggest thing is trade-in values affect resale value. Look at Apple. 9 times out of 10, if somebody pays $1,000+ for an iPhone, they're going to try to get it for $1,000. Now, you can usually get majority of your money back, even with import devices. But I really think that people should look at this from a different perspective. This is going to increase the value of your device long term if you are someone who holds on to your device and sells it before you buy a new one, or if you carry your finance and sell it once it's paid off, or whatever you choose to do. This is going to increase the long-term value of your device, in my opinion. Now, some of you guys may think differently. I'd love to have a discourse down below in the comment section, but I just think that we should look at this from a different perspective. Lower trade-in values on these devices means that we're getting better resale value. Now, there are some negatives to this, of course. It's a slap in the face that a device that costs as much as it did last year is as little of a trade-in as it is now, but it's also more of an incentive to keep it. It also means that more people are probably going to hold on to their devices longer. This is where I think Samsung could be shooting themselves in the foot. Because if I paid $1,100 last year for an S22 Ultra, and now the S23 Ultra is out, and I'm only going to get $500 for my S22 Ultra, I'm going to keep it. I'm not trading that phone in. You're crazy. That's a pipe dream. And now that's a sale that they're going to lose on the S23 Ultra. So I do believe that there are cons to this as well. There's always pros and cons to everything in business. But I think one of the things that I wish more people would discuss and talk about, which is the purpose of this video, is that resale values are going to be higher because of these lower trade-in deals. You might not see it right away, but we will see this trickle-down effect happen. And I think that it's going to kind of put more of an emphasis on two things: prompting people to be more strategic with their upgrades. And I mean regular people. I'm not going to say average consumer or whatever. I'm going to say just people in general. Someone like me who upgrades every year is not included in that. But I think people are going to be a little bit more cautious and a little bit more strategic in how they purchase their new device. And I also think it's going to make people have a little bit more, I'm not sure what the word is, but it's going to make people a little bit more knowledgeable or conscious of what they're getting for their device when they resell it on the market. Swappa, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, whatever the case may be. So that's just my opinion. This video is just really my opinion on these trade-in values. Do I think that they're not the best? Duh, of course. I mean, a Z Fold 4 is only going to get you $750. That is a slap in the face for a phone that starts at $1,800. But I really think that it's something that we're going to have to wait to see how this plays out. Z Fold 4 trade-in value should be a little better, I'm hoping, but if the S23 Ultra and the S23 lineup are an indication of the way Samsung is moving this year, I'm not holding my breath, and I may end up skipping the Z Fold 5 because of that. But let me know down below in the comments, what do you think? Do you think that these trade-in values are beneficial? Do you think that they're a problem like most are believing or tend to believe? Let me know. I'd love to have a conversation with you. Keep it civil, keep it classy. Let's talk below down in the comments, man. I hope you guys enjoy your day. Tech King Mike. I'll catch you guys in the next video.